Alright, here at the WSOP, horsed event going on over there. Final table of a $600 PLO back in the distance. I'm going to talk to you today about tip compliance, and if I change settings very abruptly, it's because someone didn't like the idea of me filming here. But here's the thing. I'm going to break it down. I don't know anyone who deals just cash or just tournaments. I guess the dealers at Red Rock. Red Rock doesn't have daily tournaments. It's just cash games. I think everywhere else has a mix of both. But just let's pretend there's a dealer who just deals tournaments and a dealer all year who just deals cash games. If you just deal tournaments, I'll make some space over here. Say this, I'm going to set up this scenario for you. Say you worked 1,800 hours, 1,800 hours, and for your wage, you got paid $20,000. And for your tournament downs, you got a total of $40,000. So in total, you made $60,000. Well, since some of it was wage and some of it was tournament downs and none of this was tips, the government knows exactly what you made and they just tax you on exactly what you made. Now it's gonna, like anyone else, you might have multiple forms of income, you might have some reasons to take tax deductions, you might have some investments, you might have bought and sold real estate, whatever. There are other things in your life, but just for this job, just for poker dealing, you made $60,000 and it was totally all on the books. Everything was documented and you get taxed exactly how you should get taxed on $60,000. Now, let's say there is someone who only deals cash games all year. Same hours though, 1,800 hours, same $20,000 made from wages, same $40,000 made from elsewhere, but instead of tournament downs, it's cash tips from dealing cash games. So same total, $60,000 also, same hours, same total, same wage. It's just that the $40,000 didn't come from tournament downs, it came from cash tips. Well, this is the tip compliance concept very quickly. The government estimates what you will make in tips and taxes you on that amount. It works, I don't know how it works in like being a waiter in a restaurant, but it's the same idea over there. I'm not like in restaurants a ton. I'm not talking to people who are waiters. I'm in casinos a lot. I'm talking to people who are dealers. And now I am one. For poker dealers, that number is very, very often a smaller number than what you actually make getting tips, dealing cash games. So it's great. Say for example, in that example I gave you, $40,000 in tips in cash games and 1,800 hours worked. That comes out to $22.22 per hour in cash tips. Okay, say the tip compliance amount is $17.22. I'm just making it up, but say that's the tip compliance amount. The government is going to estimate that you made $17.22 per hour in tips all year, and they're going to tax you on that amount. Well, if you actually made $22.22 per year, you made $5 more than the tip compliance amount, which means $5 you made for every hour you don't need to pay taxes on. The government is saying, I don't care what you make. I'm going to act like you made $17.22 per hour in tips, and I'm going to tax you on that number at the end of the year. At the end of the year, I'll know how many hours you worked. That's going to be documented. But we're going to estimate the per hour number, and we're going to tax you on that. So if you actually made $22.22 per hour instead of the $17.22 per hour the government is estimating, that's awesome. $5 per hour over 1,800 hours, that's $9,000 you made that you don't need to pay taxes on. So it's very, very often that you actually make more than the tip compliance amount. Sometimes rooms are very slow, you're on break a lot, so you're on the clock getting taxed but not actually earning any money, and some dealers just really love not dealing. They like come into work and instantly sign the EO list, EO early out. Sometimes they take every break possible. They take like more than what's normal. They're like always volunteering to go on break when other people are volunteering to deal. In some instances, I could see it working out the opposite way, but for most people, you're actually going to make more dealing poker than the tip compliance amount. So some portion of your income is not taxed. That's tip compliance in a nutshell. Very clean if you're either dealing all tournaments all year or all cash games all year. When it's a mix, which is what I'm doing, I hear it's a little more complicated. I haven't like heard the specifics of what goes on when like in a single day you're dealing half tournaments, half cash, how they like do the math behind the scenes and decide what to tax you. Like, I don't know, but very clear if you're just dealing tournaments or you're just dealing cash. And there is the concept and some numbers that I made up, so they were easy to follow, and I hope everyone understands tip compliance now. And remember, rice is a spoon food.